for joining us today for the release of a very important community report on youth mentoring. Back in January, I stood here to issue a proclamation for National Mentoring Month and to show how mentoring was still happening in Lincoln safely and effectively, even during a pandemic. And more than 2,300 caring adults have persevered to continue mentoring youth every week, despite the challenges that we've all faced this past year. And these mentors have persevered because they know how valuable the stable support they offer is to the youth they serve, how valuable it is during normal times, and especially how valuable it is during these uncertain times we're living through now. And as we emerge from the pandemic and enjoy more opportunities to reconnect and re-engage with one another, many young people will need a trusted adult to help them make that transition. Many will be looking for a trusted adult who can help them navigate social interactions and changing dynamics with friends and families, as well as to help them address any academic gaps and imagine the possibilities for a brighter future. The benefits of youth mentoring are well documented. Trusted adult mentors help youth support personal growth, achieve school success, and learn skills for positive decision making. And our city is fortunate to have strong mentoring organizations, and last year, those who support mentoring in our community took their efforts a step further by forming the Lincoln Youth Mentoring Coalition. And to set the stage for future success, the Mentoring Coalition has taken the time and the effort to assess the current status of youth mentoring in our community. And that brings us to today and the Coalition's release of the State of Mentoring Report. Joining us now to share the highlights of the report is Mario Rossicott, Executive Director of Lincoln Big Brothers and Big Sisters, a member agency of the Lincoln Youth Mentoring Coalition. Mario, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello and thank you. Thank you for the opportunity for me to tell you about the state of mentoring in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Big Brothers Big Sisters Lincoln is one of the original members agencies of the Lincoln Youth Mentoring Coalition. Formed in June of 2020, the Lincoln Youth Mentoring Coalition includes organizations that conducted or are considering conducting mentoring programs for youth, as well as organizations that support mentoring programs. 34 individuals representing 26 organizations in Lancaster County are members of the coalition that meet monthly. The coalition's purpose is to enhance the lives of youth by improving the quality of mentoring and increasing the number of youth with mentors. We do this through collaboration, coordinated efforts between Lincoln's diverse mentoring programs. Additionally, the coalition learns together and from each other, coordinates recruitment, and advocates the value of mentors and funding mentoring programs. Today, the coalition is excited to share with you the 2021 State of Mentoring Report. It is the first of its kind for Lincoln and Lancaster County. Over the past year, the coalition has conducted surveys, collected data, and acquired feedback from stakeholders to map the mentoring that is happening in Lincoln and Lancaster County to produce this report. Some of the important highlights from the report that we'd like to share with you today include the following. 2,370 youth in Lancaster County currently have a mentor. 76% of youth who are mentored are in poverty. 926 mentors are needed to mentor youth currently on waiting list. Diverse mentors are needed. Currently, 51% of mentored youth identify as a person of color, where only 12% of mentors are persons of color. The vast majority of youth on waiting list for mentor are male. Currently, 41% youth mentored are male, while only 36% of mentors are male. This report also includes information about collaborations, service gaps, and innovative ways our mentoring agencies ensured youth continued their mentoring relationships during COVID-19. The report also identifies 3 future needs. First is funding. Consistent funding is needed to pay staff or add staff to help meet with the demand for recruiting and training volunteers. Second is need for more mentors to provide mentoring for the 926 youth currently waiting. The need is especially great for mentors of color and male mentors. Finally, the coalition continues our commitment to quality, ensuring that every mentoring program in Lincoln meets the standards for quality mentoring. You can download the full State of Mentoring report or request a printed version by visiting the Community Health Endowment website. Go to chelincoln.org, then click on News. It will also be available on the website and social media of many of the coalition's participating agencies, including Big Brothers Big Sisters Lincoln, City Impact, Teammates of Lincoln, and many others. The formation of the Lincoln Youth Mentoring Coalition and the publications of this report was made possible by a grant from the Community Health Endowment. Next, you'll hear from Lori Seibel, President and CEO of the Community Health Endowment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario, very much, and thank you for all the work that you have done, as well as the entire coalition on this important project. You know, before I start, I think that I just feel almost compelled to stop and recognize the deep and committed work of the Army of Good that has been out there, the nonprofit agencies like these folks who have continued their work despite the pandemic. I think it's easy to forget that there is a group of individuals and nonprofits who are hard at work every day, even the pandemic, providing food and housing and mental health services and substance abuse services and basic needs, and yes, mentoring. And so really, I think our community owes our nonprofit community a debt of gratitude for their work. But I want to especially say about this report today that it is really a map. And for those of you who know me, you know that I love maps. I think that they tell incredibly deep and interesting stories about communities, and I think that this report is a map. It is telling us the direction that we need to go. There is no longer a question of what is the problem or which direction we head. This report tells us that, and our charge is now to say, what are we going to do with what we now know? And this report clearly spells out the work that needs to be done to improve and to increase and to enhance our already vibrant system of mentoring services in Lincoln. The last thing that I would say is that I think this report also reinforces that creating a healthy community starts with giving children and youth the best opportunity to thrive. It is our responsibility as adults and as the community to give our youngest citizens and residents that opportunity. And so we believe in mentoring, we believe in the work that is being done, and we believe that it can give children and youth opportunities to grow, to contribute, to learn, and yes, to thrive in our community. And what better legacy can we leave than that? So I want to say thank you to the Mentoring Coalition, thank you to Mario, thank you to Jim Bennett, thank you to the mayor for announcing this report today. I also want to thank the mentors that are hard at work already in this community, and for what I believe will be mentors that will come because of this report. Remember, there are 926 youth who are waiting for mentors, and it's up to all of us to make sure we can make that happen to create a healthier community. So now the most important speakers, no offense, Mayor, but now the most important speakers of the day, we're going to hear from Stacy, who is a mentor, and Ebony, who is, I just had a chance to have a wonderful conversation with, who is a mentee. She is a student at North Star. So I turn it over to them.
I'm going to stand on that side. Well, thank you very much for having us here today. Ebony and I are pretty excited. And mostly we're excited because this is the first day that we have seen each other in person since before the pandemic. It was beginning of March in 2020, over a year ago. So I was so excited we had to hug each other today. We left our masks on, don't worry. But oh my, it's been awesome. Now we have been able to meet each other over Zoom. Ebony and I have been matched for a little over 5 years. She was a 6th grader, and we connected pretty quickly. And we have a lot of fun doing a lot of different things each week. I see we're really consistent. We're there. We show up for each other every week. And this past year, we've been on Zoom, which I'm really grateful for. So we still got to see each other, just not in person. And one of the things about mentoring for me that's really kind of been an aha moment was once it was beginning of Ebony's 8th grade school year, and I said, "What are you looking forward to this year?" And she said, "Seeing you every week." And so I was like, "Oh, okay." I wasn't expecting that answer. And everyone has their own reasons for mentoring. And I think most people just want to make a positive impact. And that, while that is certainly true for me, what I didn't expect was the positive impact that mentoring would have on me. And the highlight of my week is seeing Ebony. Each week of the school year, we actually get to meet over the summer as well. And we fill each other's buckets. For everything that I do for Ebony, I think she does in return for me. I did want to share one thing about this past school year. It was really rough, just for all the kids in general. And for Ebony, there was one Zoom meeting in particular I'll never forget. I got on our Zoom meeting and I was excited to see her, and she was in tears. And I was so concerned. I said, "What's going on? What's the matter?" And she was really upset about her grades. She was just struggling all school year, and she's realizing the end of the year is coming and my grades are not where I want them to be. So we spent that whole hour together talking about what can she do and brainstorming it. And while we were talking, she was emailing her teachers of certain classes and asking, "What can I do to get my grades up? What kind of extra credit can I do?" And a couple weeks after that, Ebony thanked me for the help and support, just listening to her and being her cheerleader, which really meant a lot to me. I am really happy to be there for Ebony, and she does a lot for me in return, as I said. And I want to just do one little last shout out. If you like kids, if you can see yourself being a friend to a young person, you have to mentor. Lincoln needs you. Our kids need you to mentor. And it's easy. You apply. All the programs that are in Lincoln are there to support you. There's training, there's resources, there is a team of people that are there to support you for your entire mentoring journey. I have been so supported in my experiences. And I just want to encourage everybody, if you're even considering it a little bit, just do it. We need you. To elevate a young person is a surefire way to elevate yourself. And now I'd like to turn the time over to Ebony.
So, these past 5 years have really helped me in a lot of ways. 6th grade, I was struggling. I can't.
Oh, it's okay.
I had just found out that my uncle had cancer, and it was hard. But seeing Stacy every week, and telling her like what was going on, and she was helping me in every way she could. She would come with fun activities, just find ways to cheer me up, and it's really helped a lot. And I guess if you're watching this and you know that there's a child out there that just needs that extra lift up, help them, please, because it's 100% worth it. And even when my uncle had died from cancer, Stacy was there. She pushed me through, and I was getting bullied bad in 9th grade. She stood there. She pushed me through. She helped me. Teammates are really, really good. Like, I'm so happy to be a part of this program. And get to meet with her every week, it puts a smile on my face. It really does. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you consider being a teammate, because it does a lot for kids.
Well, I want to say thank you to both Stacy and Ebony for sharing your story. It's so powerful, and I can only imagine that the people watching are going to answer the call to serve, knowing what an impact you can have. And it has been a tough year, and mentors have never been more important. And, you know, personally, youth mentoring has been a big part of my life. I have had experience as a mentor, and I've worked in youth development programs with young people and directed a Boys and Girls Club. And the kinds of experiences that Stacy and Ebony have shared, I've witnessed firsthand that, yes, this is something that we ostensibly do for children, but really make a positive impact on us adults as well. I was proud to become a member at the invitation of Jim Bennett and the coalition, a member of the Mayors for Mentoring Initiative, and I'm so excited to see how our community responds to this call for service. I'm also excited that our Mayor's Youth Employment Program includes a mentoring component, and at this time, I'm really pleased to introduce the newest member of our Mayor's Office team, Sarah Alfili Leon.
Hello. My name is Sarah Alhofi Leon. I'm a global studies major at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. This summer, I am working in the mayor's office as a youth liaison to the mayor's youth employment program. I am pleased that Mayor Gaylor Baird takes mentorship seriously, so much that this summer she's supporting the mayor's youth employment program. This program is a partnership between the City of Lincoln and the Workforce Investment and Opportunity Act, our city's job training program. As a youth liaison for the program, I've been recruiting young people in Lincoln to job placements in city agencies like Parks and Rec, Public Health, and Lincoln Fire and Rescue. Each Mayor's Youth Employment Program participant will be placed with a supervisor who will provide guidance and help them set goals. The participants will also receive leadership training from city staff members. We will be finalizing our first class of participants soon. I agree mentorship is a good way to help youth learn about themselves, grow, and pursue a career. And I believe that youth offering insight and energy in their workplaces and supervisors as well. Mentorship and youth employment are a win-win for both the youth and the community. Thank you to the Coalition and Mayor Gaylor Baird for supporting young people in Lincoln.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for your service and your leadership this summer in our community. We are really, really happy to be working to create meaningful summer employment opportunities for youth in Lincoln. And we're so glad that there are opportunities for adults to get involved in mentoring. And with that, we'd love to open this up for any questions that the media may have. Any questions from the media about today's report, the State of Mentoring report? All right, well, then I would just like to thank all of our guests who joined us today. Mario of Lincoln Big Brothers and Big Sisters here representing the Lincoln Youth Mentoring Coalition along with Jim Bennett, Lori Seibel and the Community Health Endowment, and of course Stacy, Ebony, and Sarah. And thank you to the thousands of adults in our community who already understand the transformational power mentoring can have. We are so grateful that you are serving and persevering. And our coalition members offer many different ways for adults to get involved in mentoring. We hope that today's announcement and this report will catalyze more adults to step up and help young people chart courses for their futures that are alive with possibility and opportunity. 926 children in our city are waiting for you to answer this call to serve. Please consider making this life-changing experience part of your investment in the future of our community. You'll not only change a child's life for the better, you'll change your own. And again, you can find that State of Mentoring report at chelincoln.org. Thank you.